Doc, I reckon he's been dead about a month. We'll have to wait for the post-mortem to confirm cause of death, but it looks like he's been hit over the head.
If this is the victim's passport, his name's Peter Hodges. According to the system, he was reported missing 4 weeks ago.
Who by?
His wife.
You got an address?
Home and work. She's a university professor.
Oh. Let's do the death knot.
Doesn't the Sarge want to take a look at this?
She's happy for us to get on with it. The Sergeant's got other priorities this morning.
This is our suitcase. These are my husband's possessions. We've only been married a year.
We're very sorry for your loss.
We're going to need your assistance with a forensic sample for a comparison. Something belonging to Peter.
Of course.
Did Peter take his phone the morning he went missing? It's not been recovered as yet.
The missing persons team asked me to look, but I couldn't find it.
We understand the MISPA case has been downgraded.
Yes. One of the neighbors saw my husband leaving. He had a suitcase with him. The detectives decided it proved his disappearance wasn't suspicious. I'd say they were wrong, would you?
The neighbour who saw Peter leaving.
Mrs. McCarthy?
Yeah, which side is she?
Right, number 17. What do you need?
His comb, a pair of glasses, his pillowcase.
I might as well tell you, we were sleeping in separate rooms.
Poor guy. I can't believe he was murdered. Sorry. It's a shock.
You gave a statement to the missing persons team that you saw him leaving the house on Friday the 17th of last month. What time was that?
It was about 8:30 a.m. That's when my husband rings. He works away a lot in Manchester, phones before his first meeting. I was standing here, clearing up after the kids. I saw Mr. Hodges leave the house.
With a suitcase?
Yes.
What happened next?
My husband rang. My phone was in the kitchen. By the time I came back in here, Mr. Hodges was gone.
You didn't see where he went from there?
No. Like I said, he was gone.
With separate rooms. Do you mind if I ask?
Before I met Peter, he was always in debt, serious debt. When we got married, he asked me to take charge of the money so he couldn't fritter it away. He even arranged to have his salary paid into my account.
How did that work?
I gave him a basic allowance in cash, just enough to cover his day-to-day expenses. And it worked well for a while. But
what?
We still loved each other. But Peter was growing increasingly resentful. He told me he didn't feel like a man anymore.
I've been going through Peter Hodges' financials. He had a savings account of his own. 2 days before he disappeared, he paid in £5,000 in cash.
Interesting.
I also went through the receipts in his wallet, and I found one for a cafe next door to the bank. 2 coffees, 2 sandwiches, 20 minutes after he deposited the 5K.
So he wasn't alone?
I requested the bank's CCTV. I'll send it to you now.
That is Charlie Hill, Peter's older brother. He's a car dealer.
Hill?
Peter took my surname when we married. He was keen to make a clean break, especially from his brother.
They didn't get on?
Charlie didn't approve of our relationship. He described Peter as my lapdog.
And you had no idea Peter was in contact with Charlie again?
As far as I knew, Peter had cut him out of his life for good. But then, Charlie always was the arch manipulator.
How come we're out and about and the Sarge is in the office doing all the grunt work?
We're sleeping in separate bedrooms.
Some people do.
That's not a marriage.
What's up with you lately?
I haven't seen my wife for days, or my kids.
How much longer have I got to be stuck in this dump?
It's been a long night.
It was the best we could do at such short notice.
If you would just give us a name, none of this would be necessary.
Guarantee my safety, and I will.
You're protecting a murderer. A serving police officer who has killed 3 people.
That is why I need to be absolutely sure that you are going to keep me safe before I tell anyone anything.
What about your duty? The oath you swore.
You swore you'd stay with me till death us do part. What happened to that?
Is he going to come through? Tell us what we need to know.
Your guess is as good as mine.
You shouldn't be out and about. I want you to go straight to the office and stay there.
She just walked out on me, you know. Didn't even leave a note. I got home. Vivian had packed up her stuff and gone.
Mr. Hill?
Who's asking?
Detective Constable Billy Fitzgerald. This is Detective Constable Rob Brady.
What's this about?
Your brother, Peter Hodges.
Was he turned up?
I'm very sorry to tell you, Peter was found dead.
Dead? Has there been an accident?
No, the circumstances are being treated as suspicious.
What does that mean?
Mr. Hill, we're investigating your brother's murder. told the missing persons team that you haven't seen your brother in months. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
But before I ask you that question again, I need you to take a look at some CCTV.
This was just over 4 weeks ago.
Pete didn't want Cassidy to know we were meeting.
How come?
Because she's controlling, suffocating. She treated him like a child. He had to ask her for every penny, permission to breathe.
Why were you in the bank together 2 days before he disappeared?
I lent him some cash,
Why?
an escape fund.
Well, how do you explain the fact that the money's still in Peter's account? He never touched it.
What? No, I just assumed that when he disappeared, he'd used it to get away from that witch.
So your brother didn't contact you after he left?
No.
You sure? Do I need to remind you this is a murder investigation?
I swear I've never heard from Pete again.
This is Peter Hodges, 33 years old. He worked in maintenance at Royal Ashford University for the last 8 years, which is where he met his wife, Cassidy.
She's a doctor, neuroscience, proper high flyer, written books and everything.
These sound very chalk and cheese.
They are. Our victim has a history of getting himself into serious financial trouble.
According to Cassidy, when they got married, Peter asked her to take care of their finances, keep him out of any temptation.
That's not how his brother sees it. He reckons Peter was the victim of coercive control. You should meet Cassidy Hodges, Sarge. See what you make of her.
Okay, set it up.
Sarge, I've been talking to Rob, or rather he's been talking to me.
About?
The fact that he had to send his family away because they were threatened.
What else did he say?
Only that I should speak to you.
Is Vivian seeing anyone?
The detective sergeant is a very private person.
What about you and her?
I'm not going to dignify that with an answer.
Turn you down, did she?
Get a life.
You have no idea of the pressure.
You're a disgrace.
I am still your senior officer.
So what are you going to do? Report me?
So the chief super has been covering for a murderer.
This guy killed Tyler Bates, Grace Harper, and Harry Steadman.
But Tyler Bates was a police officer.
We think the killer is too.
So the minute I met Mulgrew, I didn't like him. Something really creepy about him. I need to respond to this.
Look, Billy. Not a word to anybody.
Yeah, of course.
This is my detective sergeant.
Vivian Cole.
I take it you spoke to Peter's brother.
We did.
Let me guess. According to Charlie Hill, I'm a control freak. A monster. He said it to my face often enough.
Why do you think Peter was back in contact with his brother again?
To have a good time, spend money, be carefree. My husband was addicted to spending. He knew that he had to go cold turkey to have any chance of conquering that addiction.
So you took charge of the finances?
Tell me, Sergeant, are you married?
I was.
Then it might be foreign to you that in a trusting relationship, what's mine is yours is quite normal.
Were you aware that Peter had a savings account?
No, I was not. Was there any money in it?
£5,000.
According to Charlie, it was his running away fund.
But the odd thing is that he never got around to spending any of it.
All that means is that he was killed before he could withdraw it.
The press reporting of Peter Hodges' murder has paid dividends. A local journalist received an anonymous tip-off about the morning he disappeared. The caller saw a car hanging around outside the Hodges house. The description they gave of the car is of interest. An orange Subaru Impreza rear spoiler.
Sounds like the car Charlie Hill was working on this morning, eh?
Yep, the one he was so keen to cover up when we arrived.
Yeah, so maybe Dr. Hodges was right about Charlie Hill.
Officers, you got any news?
Where's the car you were working on this morning? The souped-up Subaru?
So the owner came to collect it.
Can we get their name and address?
Yeah, be in the office.
All units be on the lookout for an orange Subaru Impreza, no call index. Driver is wanted in connection with the murder of Peter Hodges. That's the car.
So much for a customer collecting it.
He's locked it.
Of course he has. Yeah, it's DC Brady.
It's open now.
Number plates are false.
Surprise, surprise. St. Christopher.
Wasn't our murder victim wearing one of these in their photo?
Looks like a match to me.
Yeah.
According to Cassidy Hodges, Peter never took off the St. Christopher.
So it's definitely his.
I reckon so, but the lab will confirm it.
So, dead or alive, Peter Hodges was in the stolen car that his brother's driving.
At some point.
David, what's happening?
What's that for?
I can't imagine what you've been going through. One thing I don't understand, though. How did Vivian and David get the chief super to play ball?
The Sarge didn't tell you absolutely everything then.
What?
Vivian and Mulgrew used to be married.
Rob, we need you to take over from the detective inspector at the safe house. He needs to go to HQ.
I'm on my way.
Detective Constable Fitzgerald. Thanks for letting me know. Charlie Hill just handed himself in. Apparently, he's worried we think he killed his brother.
I wonder why he thinks that.
I didn't kill Pete.
Why did you run then?
Panicked.
Why?
Because of that orange Subaru.
We suspect that it's stolen. The engine and chassis numbers have been removed.
Tell us, Charlie, did you do that?
Yes. Me and Pete, we were stealing cars.
When did this start?
A few months back, Pete needed some cash to leave Cassidy. He was always good with electronics. He got hold of, like a scanner. You point it at the car and the owner thinks it's secure when it's locked, but it isn't.
The thing is, we're not so concerned that the car was stolen. What we care about is whether your brother Peter was ever inside the Subaru.
Nah, never.
Are you sure?
100%.
Perhaps you'd like to explain this then.
It's the St. Christopher's medal. It's like the one Cassidy gave to Pete.
It was found in the boot of the orange Subaru.
Nah, that's impossible.
Why?
I told you, Pete was never in that car. I only nicked the Subaru last week.
So you can't explain Peter St. Christopher being in the Subaru?
Could someone have planted it there?
Well, it's possible, I guess.
How?
Well, the same way Pete got into the cars he nicked. Using the scanner.
Charlie's story holds up. The orange Subaru was reported stolen 3 weeks after Peter went missing.
So who planted the evidence?
How's he been?
Pain in the neck.
I am sorry, you know.
About what?
That you threatened your kids. I assume they're still safe.
They are.
I'm glad to hear that.
So what kind of hold has this guy got over you?
He saved my life, which meant that I owed him big time.
Did you know I used to box? I wasn't half bad. I could paste you all over those walls. Believe me, nothing would give me greater satisfaction.
Why don't you then?
Because I need you to identify the man that threatened my kids. And I need him to be locked up. Behind bars. So that I can hold my babies in my arms again.
You are kidding me.
What?
Mila McCarthy, the Hodges neighbour. There's no way she could have seen Peter Hodges leaving around 8:30 on that Friday morning.
How come?
When I spoke to her this morning, something wasn't right, so I ran a check on her financials. According to her debit account records, Mila was putting petrol in her car at 8:27, 3 miles from home. come in.
What's going on?
I'm going to arrest you for murdering Peter Hodges and for perverting the course of justice, and then these officers are going to conduct a search of your property.
What's going on?
We've made an arrest.
Mrs. McCarthy, you think she killed Peter?
I can't say much at the moment. I'll ask the detective sergeant to give you a ring, bring you up to speed. Mila, you gave a statement saying you saw Peter Hodges leave home at around 8:30 on the morning he disappeared. This is a receipt for petrol paid for on your debit card at 8:27. It's quite the trick being in two places at once.
I dropped my kids off at school. Got some petrol on the way to the supermarket.
Did you see Peter Hodges leave the house with a suitcase?
No.
I looked at Peter Hodges' call data again. The last time he used his mobile was at 9 o'clock on the Thursday night.
So he could have been killed before Friday.
That's what I'm thinking. This is footage from a CCTV camera near the deposition site on Thursday, just before midnight. I can't get a clear registration yet, but I'm sure that's Mila McCarthy's car.
You know, if Mila is the killer, then she'd have to have planted the St. Christopher in Charlie's car.
Using a scanner. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, so do I. Who would be clever enough and arrogant enough to think that they could get away with all of this?
Cassidy Hodges.
Exactly. What were you doing on the evening of Thursday the 16th?
The night before, you said you saw Peter leaving with his suitcase.
I was at home with the kids.
All night.
Yes.
You didn't go out.
No.
Then what was your car doing near Millwall Stadium at 23:48 that evening? That is your car, isn't it?
Yes.
Mila, did you kill Peter Hodges?
No.
Then who did?
I can't tell you.
Why?
I just can't.
Right, she's coming in.
Who is?
The victim's wife, Cassidy Hodges. I told her I want to update her on the progress of the investigation.
And what are you really up to?
We think she killed her husband.
We just have to prove it. How's it going?
Good. The Deputy Assistant Commissioner will be here soon. Rob's bringing Margaret in to speak to her.
We have a deal.
Yes, I think we do.
He doesn't deserve to be protected. After what he's done, he should be going to prison.
We have reason to believe that your husband was killed on the Thursday night, which means we need to recalibrate our investigation timeline. Can you tell me where you were that evening?
As I told you, I was out to dinner with friends. Italian restaurant on Opera Street.
What time did you get home?
Late. Very late. I walked all the way.
From Upper Street.
Yes, I'd been drinking. Wanted to clear my head. I left the restaurant about 11:30, so I can't have got home till nearly 1 o'clock in the morning.
When you got home, did you see your husband? Speak to him?
No, I assumed he was fast asleep.
In his own room?
That's right.
One more thing. Where were you between 10 and 11 o'clock this morning?
At home. Coming to terms with my husband being murdered.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Cassidy Hodges told us she was out for dinner with friends the night her husband was killed. The dinner checks out, but she paid for a meal earlier than she told us. If she caught a taxi rather than walked,
She could have been home in 20 minutes.
So she had plenty of time to get home, kill her husband, and dispose of his body. When was the body dumped?
just before midnight, CCTV shows Mila's car in the area.
I requested urgent call data for Cassidy's phone. She told us she was home this morning.
Grieving.
But cell site puts her very close to Charlie's garage.
And what was she up to?
She was planting her husband, St. Christopher, in the car that she took to be Charlie's.
All right, that's more than enough for me. Arrest her and search her home address.
Thank you for waiting.
I've had enough. You can call a taxi for me.
Circumstances have changed.
What do you mean circumstances have changed?
Cassidy Hodges, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of your husband, Peter Hodges.
I came in here voluntarily.
You do not have to say anything that may harm your defense if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Just need to swing by my office, pick up a couple of personal items. Won't take a moment.
Make it quick.
Mila, I'm Detective Inspector David Bradford. I'm here to tell you that we've arrested Cassidy Hodges on suspicion of murdering her husband.
Why don't you tell us what really happened, Mila?
Cassidy bashed Pete's head in.
Go on.
Cassidy came home early, found us in bed together.
You were having an affair.
We slept together a few times. We were both lonely. That night we were saying goodbye. He had enough money to leave her.
What happened when Cassidy found you together?
She went crazy. Shouting, screaming at Pete. He tried to lock himself in the bathroom. She was so strong. He didn't stand a chance.
Did you see Cassidy kill Peter?
No. I heard a terrible noise. Then it all went quiet. By the time I got to the bathroom door, he was on the floor. There was so much blood.
Did you see what Cassidy hit Peter with?
No, not really. It was in her hand. Something shiny.
What happened next?
Cassidy said it was all my fault. She threatened to tell my husband what I'd been up to. I couldn't let her do that.
And then?
Cassidy can't drive. She made me drive my car so she could dump Pete's body. It was horrible.
In here, Detective, if you don't mind.
What have you found?
This is a joke.
When did you last see Charlie Hill?
I told you. Over a year ago at our engagement party.
You didn't call around today?
Of course not.
Cell site data for your phone shows you close to Charlie Hill's garage this morning. You were there from 10:26 until 10:31.
Plenty of time to plant evidence in a car.
You might be interested to know your trip was a waste of time. Charlie didn't steal the car until 3 weeks after Peter was killed, when Peter's body had already been dumped.
When did you leave the restaurant? The night before you reported your husband missing?
It was well after 11, closer to 12.
And yet you paid the bill not long after 10 o'clock.
I hung around, chatted to staff, had another drink.
Mila McCarthy told us what really happened that Thursday night.
Did she tell you she killed Peter? They'd been having an affair. He told her he was leaving and she killed him.
Really? And you've been covering for her all this time? Why would you do that?
We're searching your house. The forensic team have found blood and tissue matter in your bathroom. We're assuming both belong to your husband, but the lab will confirm that. We also found fragments of glass, consistent with someone breaking a mirror with great force. Can you show me your hands, Dr. Hodges? I can see healing cuts on your hands. How did you get those?
I hit him with the mirror.
So you admit that you killed Peter?
Yes.
Was Mila McCarthy involved?
No.
Whose idea was it to say that she saw Peter leaving?
Mine.
It worked. Until your husband's body was found.
By the way, when did you find the scanner?
A couple of weeks after. Once I'd worked out what it was for, I realized that is how Peter was stealing cars. After everything I had done to get him on the straight and narrow.
Not such a trusting relationship after all.
Charlie Hill did his best to destroy my marriage. And as for Mila McCarthy, having sex with my husband in my house.
You blackmailed her, and you made her move your husband's body with you.
Will she be charged? As an accessory?
The Crown Prosecution Service has authorized charges against her.
Then today hasn't been all bad.
Boss, we got a problem.
You were right about coercive control. Good instincts.
Thanks. Rob said something earlier.
What?
He said you were married to the chief super.
What about it?
He told me you didn't even know Mr. Mulgrew.
Sorry about that. I was lying. We've just charged Cassidy Hodges with murder. What's happened?
Chief Superintendent Mulgrew.
I'm sorry, he gave me the slip.
Cracked Rob with a golf club.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just feel a bit stupid.
There he is.
He clearly changed his mind about giving evidence.
Where would he go, Vivian? Out the country?
Possibly.
He'd need his passport. Would he risk going home?
When we were married, he hid things in his locker at the gym.
Hereford Gym. Same one I go to. I've seen him in there.
Billy, you're with me.
Yeah.
Rob, line up urgent cell site for Mulgrew. On it.
How could he be so reckless?
I want you to stay here. That is an order, Sergeant.
Can I help you?
Police, we need access to the men's changing area and one of the lockers.
Down there.
Where are you? Don't panic, I'm on my way.
His locker's empty. We've missed him.
Vivian, you were right. Mulgrew came here. But we don't know where he is now.
He's here. He's with me. He's dead.
Detective Inspector.
Sergeant.
Durrance, Ian Durrance. We met when I found that poor lad dead behind the wheel of his van.
Of course.
Yeah. I was on duty today, so didn't get to the service.
Oh, it was very appropriate. Did you know the chief super well?
Oh, we went way back. Yeah. Anyway, it was nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Yes.
Who was that?
The officer who found Harry Stedman dead at the wheel. People were wondering if you wanted to say a few words.
What would I say? That my ex-husband was a corrupt officer and helped cover up a series of murders.
Saskia? Are you okay? Saskia?
Black male, early 20s, single stab wound to the abdomen. They reckon he's been dead about 8 to 10 hours. There's no blood trail or spatter. Seems like he died where he fell.
The knife's in the right hand. Could it be suicide?
Sockos don't think so. They reckon he would have dropped the knife as he went down.
Yes, it was placed there. By the killer?
He's looking that way.
Any ID?
There's a phone, but it's password protected. There's no wallet, just a car key fob. Billy's out looking for the victim's vehicle now.
Okay.
Saskia moved in about 6 weeks ago.
The guy on the floor, did you recognize him?
No, I couldn't even look at him.
5'10", black, early 20s.
Yeah, I've seen him with someone like that. A couple of times. Yeah, mind you.
What?
I've seen her with loads of men. It's my strong suspicion that she's a, sex worker.
What about last night? Did you see or hear anything unusual?
Oh, loud music, raised voices. Not that that's unusual. She's always kicking off at someone.
Were they male or female, these voices?
Both.
When was this?
About 10. Yeah, I was frightened Saskia was going to wake the baby, but then I fell asleep myself.
Sorry, I need a word. It's urgent.
No way.
So our victim's a serving police officer.
Vivian?
We've got a bit of a situation here. Our murder victim is a serving police officer.
What do we know about him?
Constable Vincent Jarvis, stationed London Central, lived with his mother. She phoned in this morning. She was worried that his bed hadn't been slept in.
I'll visit the mother before it leaks to the press that the police officer's been murdered.
Shall I get Billy to meet you there? She's very good at the emotional stuff.
Good idea.
Okay, I'll text you the address. Oh, and there's something else.
Go on.
Young police officer, black, stabbed in the abdomen. Knife in hand, most likely planted. Does that remind you of anyone?
Police Constable Tyler Bates. It's a bit of a long shot.
Yeah, but it's worth bearing in mind.
Totally.
Is it about Vincent?
It is.
Better come in.
Take a seat, Mrs. Jarvis.
We're very sorry to have to tell you, Mrs. Jarvis, that your son is dead.
How? What happened?
He was stabbed.
Sergeant Durrant.
That's me.
I'm Detective Sergeant Vivian Cole. Weren't you at the Chief Super's wake last night?
I was. My condolences for your loss.
We were divorced. It was a long time ago. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to be the bearer of more bad news. Police Constable Vincent Jarvis has been found dead.
Are you joking?
It looks like he's been murdered. Now, according to this CAD report, you were called to an incident with Vincent yesterday afternoon. Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, of course. Police Constable Jarvis had stopped a Mr. George Stubbs. Jarvis was acting on a tip-off that Stubbs had drugs in his possession. Mr. Stubbs complained about the stop and search, so I attended the scene and resolved the situation.
Resolved? How?
The complainant was satisfied with my apology and went on his way.
Okay, and no drugs were found?
None.
Do you know where Jarvis got his tip-off from?
He wouldn't tell me.
What did you do about that?
I didn't go as far as discipline. I mean, I would have only ended up looking like the bad guys, so I just gave him some words of advice. His kids, the way they recruit them, take all sorts as long as it ticks a box. I am sorry to hear about Police Constable Jarvis. I'm really sorry.
Thanks for your help.
Been talking to Vincent's colleagues. He was very popular. They're absolutely gutted.
Well, not quite all of them.
What do you mean?
I was talking to a Sergeant Durrant. I mean, he said he was sorry, but...
Huh?
Well, I didn't quite believe him.
Vincent got home about 7. He clearly hadn't had a good day at work. But he didn't want to talk about it.
What time did he go out?
Well, we'd had our tea. I watched TV, and Vincent went up to his room to play computer games. He was back down again before 10, because we always watched the news together.
Take your time.
He got a text.
Do you know who it was from?
No. He said it was from a mate. He had to go out. He never came back.
According to his mum, Vincent only ever wanted to be a police officer. She also confirmed that Vincent was left-handed.
So it's increasingly likely the knife was planted in his right hand.
What we need to know is who texted Vincent just before 10 p.m.
I'm waiting for a response from Vincent's service provider.
Any news on the tenant from the crime scene? Saskia Dunleavy.
Nothing.
What about her friends and family?
Saskia grew up in care. We haven't found anyone to talk to us yet.
Right, if we don't find her soon, I'll do an appeal.
Young black policeman stabbed, knife planted on him. Isn't that the same MO as the murder of Police Constable Tyler Bates outside that pub? But you'd already thought of that.
Yeah, it struck me straight away. But we need to make a more concrete connection if we're going to link the two investigations.
So Tyler Bates and Vincent Jarvis could have been killed by the same person? A serving police officer?
The same psycho who threatened my kids.
If we lock him up, you get your family back.
Either of you seen this girl? Her name is Saskia.
The tech team have got into Vincent Jarvis's phone. It was Saskia Dunleavy who texted him last night.
What did she say?
Just one word: help.
How do we know it was from her?
She and Vincent have been messaging the past few weeks.
In a relationship?
It looks that way.
You okay?
Just had the Deputy Assistant Commissioner on the phone, not putting pressure on us to find out who killed Constable Jarvis.
Well, it is high profile. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Your ex-husband was buried yesterday. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Look, Rob's found something in Saskia Dunleavy's phone records. Threatening messages from the downstairs neighbour, Kelly Thompson.
How threatening.
Downright nasty.
I presume this Kelly didn't mention it when you spoke to her.
Of course she didn't.
Nick her for harassment. I should encourage her to tell us the truth.
Hey, did you get a hold of Kelly Thompson?
Yeah, we did. Rob's bringing her in now.
Okay, good.
I meant to ask, how was the funeral?
It was, a funeral.
Did the chief super have any other relatives?
His parents are both dead, and his sister lives in New Zealand.
So you ended up...
Yeah, talking to people I haven't seen in 25 years.
How was that?
Yeah, I've had better days.
When you found the chief super in that state,
I know you mean well, Billy, but Jack and I were divorced over 25 years ago.
But you must want to find the man who killed your ex-husband.
Yeah, of course I do.
Did you go to the grave?
Yeah, for my sins.
No offense, Sarge, but I just find it hard to believe that you would watch your ex-husband being buried and feel nothing.
You know what I felt? I felt furious that someone so intelligent be so stupid. I mean, there was me, Rob, the detective inspector, the deputy assistant commissioner, all running around, stitching together this deal to guarantee his safety. And what did Jack McGrew do?
He got himself killed.
Stupid. These are the threatening text messages you sent to Saskia Dunleavy. What did she do to make you so upset?
Well, she complained about the baby crying. The cheek of her. You should hear the noise she makes all day and night.
Did you see Saskia yesterday evening?
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
Well, I went up there
When?
about 7:30
Why did you do that?
to have it out with her.
Have what out?
What she did to George.
George who?
George Stubbs.
Sorry. Did you say George Stubbs?
Yeah.
What did Saskia do to George Stubbs?
Well, she told that police officer that George had drugs in his car.
Which police officer?
The guy I found dead this morning.
What, the guy you couldn't even look at?
What is George Stubbs to you?
He's the father of my baby.
George Stubbs, property developer, no criminal record.
Spoke to his wife. She hasn't seen George since 8 o'clock this morning. He hasn't shown up for work and he's not answering his phone.
He was stopped and searched by Constable Vincent Jarvis yesterday afternoon, and he was not happy about it. The patrol sergeant had to come out and pour oil on troubled waters.
Did the officers search Stubbs' car?
Yep, no sign of any drugs.
Kelly's convinced Constable Jarvis was given a dodgy tip-off by her neighbour, Saskia Dunleavy.
Is that reason enough for George Stubbs to stab a police officer?
And plant a knife in his hand.
What exactly does Kelly say happened last night?
George came around about 9. They had sex and a pizza, and then Kelly fell asleep and she didn't hear George leave.
So where's George Stubbs now? And where the hell is Saskia Dunleavy?
That's great, thanks. Saskia Dunleavy's turned her phone on.
At last, you got a location?
Yep, she's in Camberwell on Glenshade Road, heading for the Ferncott estate.
Billy, let the detective inspector know you can call off the press conference. Shall we grab her before she disappears again?
Well, thanks for nothing.
Saskia Dunleavy? Chasing suspects south down Beckman Street towards the estate. Stay there. Hold your hands out. Saskia Dunleavy, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. You do not have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand? Come on, let's go. Boss, watch your head.
I didn't kill Vincent. I loved him.
So who did?
Can't tell you that.
But you know.
Of course I know.
Let me get this straight. A police officer is found dead in your flat, stabbed with one of your kitchen knives. You disappear from the crime scene, and we have to track you down and arrest you. And you're telling us it wasn't you who killed Police Constable Jarvis. It was someone else, who you refuse to identify.
Yeah. Scared of him. Scared he could kill me too.
We can offer you protection.
From him. You're having a laugh, aren't you?
Why not?
Because of who he is.
Okay, Saskia, why don't you talk us through what happened last night?
I've said all I'm going to say.
Did you give Vincent the tip-off about George Stubbs having drugs in his car?
He deaf.
Do you buy any of that?
I believe she's scared of whoever killed Vincent Jarvis. You offered her protection. She turned it down because of who he is.
Well, who then?
A serving police officer. Rob spotted it, so did I. The MO of Police Constable Vincent Jarvis's murder is almost identical to the murder of PC Tyler Bates. Now, presumably, the murderer thought if he could get away with it once, he could get away with it 5 times.
All the victims were stabbed in the abdomen.
George Stubbs has just called in.
Called in?
He's agreed to come in for interview. Sounds like he's ready to spill.
Do you want me to sit in on the Stubbs interview?
I'd like the detective inspector to do it.
Don't want to tread on anyone's toes.
No, that's fine. You spoke to Saskia Dunleavy?
Okay, then.
The reason I asked David to sit in is so that you're free to do something else for me.
I was in a panic. When Kelly called me this morning and told me she found that copper dead, I didn't know what to do.
Slow down, Mr. Stubbs.
Last night, my wife thought I was in a business dinner, but I wasn't. I was with Kelly.
We know that.
I was sitting in the park all day. I knew I had to speak to you people, but before that, I had to tell my wife where I was last night, which meant telling her about Kelly and the baby.
And how did you take it?
She wasn't exactly over the moon.
Mr. Stubbs.
Yes.
Can we talk about last night? When you got to Kelly's place, what happened?
Kelly was worried that the noise from next door was going to wake the baby.
So what did you do?
I went out onto the landing. I was going to bang on that Saskia's door, ask him to keep it down.
And did you? Bang on the door?
No.
Why not?
I saw that copper from the stop and search yesterday afternoon. The young guy.
Where is he?
He was coming along the corridor.
And then what happened?
The copper, he banged on the door of Saskia's bedsit. The door flew open and they both started shouting.
The copper and Saskia?
No, the copper and the man inside of Saskia's bedsit.
Which man?
The other copper from the stop and search. The older one, the sergeant.
What are you up to?
Vivian's asked me to do some digging. She spoke to the uniformed sergeant who was called out to the George Stubbs stop and search yesterday. She feels something about the sergeant isn't right.
What's his sergeant's name?
Ian Durran.
We know who killed Vincent.
He's going to think I told you.
He's not. Because you didn't tell us. There's another witness.
Who?
Kelly's boyfriend, George. He saw the killer let Vincent into your flat.
We also know the killer is a serving police officer.
Why don't you start at the beginning?
A few weeks back, Vincent got called out when I got caught shoplifting. He ended up giving the shop manager 30 quid of his own money just to forget about the whole thing. After that, I was grateful. So, I passed him the odd juicy nugget of information. Drug stuff, mainly. Vincent ended up with a few decent arrests.
Yesterday?
And Kelly downstairs was doing my head in. So I told Vincent that a man was going to be dropping drugs off just before tea time.
But Vincent didn't find any drugs on George Stubbs.
Only because he didn't get time to look properly. Stubbs kicked off and then that other copper turned up.
Can you describe him?
White, beard, fit looking.
This other copper, how did he end up at your bedside?
I think that was my fault. I watched the whole thing and the stop and search from my window. I couldn't believe it when they let Stubbs go, so I went and had it out of Vincent.
In front of this other police officer?
Yeah.
So the other police officer worked out the intel came from you?
Yeah.
It means he also knew where you lived.
What time did the second police officer come to your bedside?
I think it was about 9:45. Someone was knocking on the door, so I looked through the spile. When I saw it was that cop, I just shouted for him to go away.
What happened next?
He wouldn't go anywhere. So I texted Vincent. Asked him for help.
How did the second officer get into your bedside?
He pushed the door and gave way. He threw me against the wall. Told me I was a slut for seeing a black officer.
And how long was it before Vincent turned up?
God, it felt like ages. I picked up a saucepan and I whacked that copper in the ribs with it. It only winded him, but it gave me enough time to lock myself in the toilet.
And when Vincent arrived?
And they were fighting. I let myself out the toilet. When I saw the front door was open, I just ran for my life. That guy is insane.
This Sergeant Ian Durrant, I'm sure I've seen him somewhere before.
You have. We think he's the one that threatened your kids.
Of course, that's him.
Durrant was the officer who found Harry Steadman dead.
Yeah, except he didn't find him dead. He killed him. He killed all of them.
Durrant went off duty just over an hour ago. Reported himself sick. His patrol car's still in the yard of his police station.
The Deputy Assistant Commissioner sends her congratulations. This team managed to ID Durrant when nobody else did.
But
she's tasked the Serious Crime Manhunt Unit to track Durrant down and arrest him.
well, it makes sense. I mean, manhunts are hardly our skill set.
So what do we do now?
We continue with the investigation into Police Constable Jarvis's murder.
Which means we continue to investigate Ian Durrant, so we can search his flat.
Detective Constables Rob Brady and Billy Fitzgerald. We're leading the search. Cheers.
You need to see this. This is from the evidence store. According to the label, there should be a gun and bullets inside it.
So Durrant's armed. Call it in. I was a uniformed constable during the riots.
What was it like?
Not exactly a bundle of laughs.
Do you reckon Durrant took these?
Looks like it. Billy. Obviously he didn't go down the digital route.
Look at these.
That's the Deputy Assistant Commissioner. Why's Durrant taking pictures of her?
We've got a serious problem. Rob and Billy think that Durrant's next target is the Deputy Assistant Commissioner.
Why did they think that?
Well, his flat is full of photos of her. He also booked a gun at the property store earlier today, just before he went off sick.
I've got the DAC's mobile number.
Durrant's first victim was a black police officer. Vincent Jarvis was also a black police officer. The Deputy Assistant Commissioner is a black police officer.
We need to do something. We shouldn't just be standing here.
That was the Deputy Assistant Commissioner's office. They think she's turned off her mobile because she's visiting Vincent Jarvis's mother.
Let Rob know. He's much closer. I'll organise armed backup.
That's Durrant's car.
He's in the driver's seat.
Should we wait for our backup?
Find out how far away they are.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to stop him from killing any more police officers. Stop!
You! In my uniform! It's an insult. And it ends now.
Do you want to arrest him?
Ian Durrant, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Police Constable Tyler Bates, Grace Harper, Harry Steadman, Chief Superintendent Jack Mulgrew, and Police Constable Vincent Jarvis. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later relied in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand? Come on, let's get him up. Come on in.
You were supposed to wait. You got shot at.
He missed. Besides, I didn't need armed backup.
I just saw an opportunity.
Great work, Billy.
The Deputy Assistant Commissioner's gone back to write up her statement. She wants to buy us all a drink later.
Can it wait? Now that Durrant's in custody, just want to see my kids.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I'm really glad that it was you and Rob that finally arrested Durrant.
Because of the colour of our skin?
Is that the wrong thing to say?
No, you're right. There is a certain satisfaction in locking him up.
There's plenty more to take his place.
What, in the police?
Most of them just hide it better than Durrant did.
I've just heard from HQ. Durrant will only agree to talk to one police officer. You can say no.
Of course I can't.
I'll drive you.
This is Mulgrew.
Detective Sergeant Cole.
You never stop talking about you know.
Good friends, were you?
The best.
Is that why you killed him?
You know, you got a reputation for being a seriously gifted detective. Old school, you started in uniform, worked your way up. You must really resent it.
Resent what?
Well, they'll let anyone in now. As long as their skin's the right colour. Like that pair you got to work with.
Oh, you mean the two detectives that caught you? Shall we begin?
Bet your kids have missed their daddy.
Not as much as their daddies missed them.
What are you waiting for? I can finish up here.
Don't threaten my kids. That's why I need to know if he was acting alone. If he was, then I can bring my family back home. The Sarge said she's gonna ring me.
You killed 5 people without any help from anyone. No joint venture.
These killings are down to me.
So you did act alone?
Yeah. Entirely alone.
Really? Tyler Bates was stabbed outside a pub. We know there was at least one other person there.
Your husband? Yeah. I was the one who killed Bates.
Can I ask why?
There we were. Me and your husband. Minding our own business, having a drink outside the pub. We were bothering nobody. Police Constable Bates walks past on patrol. Recognise the chief superintendent. He comes steaming over. There's a real pop at him for drinking at the Rose and Crown. Him, a rookie cop.
That pub has a reputation for being right-wing racist.
It's still a free country, last time I checked.
Then what happened?
I asked Bates to control his behaviour in front of a senior officer.
And did he?
Of course not. He went off on one, banging on about institutional racism.
So what did you do?
I went into the pub kitchen, picked up a knife. I went back outside and I stabbed it in his gut.
And you're proud of that?
There was no way I was going to let him get away with speaking to the chief super like that.
And was the chief superintendent grateful?
He covered my tracks.
Why did Jack do that? For you?
2011. The London riots on a sink estate. Your husband, me, and one of our ethnic colleagues. Gang of black guys charged us. One of them got hold of Jack. He had a hammer. Our ethnic colleague was like a rabbit in a headlight. He just stood there, calling it in.
You saved Jack's life.
That's right, I did. If I hadn't intervened, those thugs would have killed him.
And then?
A few months later, I got pulled over for driving over the limit, and I asked Jack to make it go away.
But if he got found out, his career would have been over. That would have killed him. You had him by the balls.
We were brothers in arms.
No. Jack wasn't a racist. He never agreed with you, never. Okay, let's talk about the other murders. Grace Harper, why did you kill her?
She saw me knife Bates. I had to shut her out before she revealed my identity.
And Harry Stedman?
That was an accident. That's the one I regret. He was a nice lad.
And what about PC Vincent Jarvis? Was he a nice lad?
He never should have been wearing the uniform. So.
You make me sick.
You know, Jack was right about you. You really are nothing special. To hear Jack tell it, your wedding night was a disaster and your marriage just fell apart from there. You couldn't perform in the bedroom, so what did you do? You ran away!
You didn't have to wait.
I wanted to. How did it go?
Well, he's admitted to all 5 murders, and it looks like he was working on his own.
Good. Well done. Counter-terrorism haven't found any connection.
Look, I have to ring Rob.
Thanks, Vivian.
All clear?
Yes. She's confident Durrant's a lone wolf.
So go.
You should call it a day.
I'm just sorting a bed and breakfast for Saskia done leaving. Her bed sits to the crime scene.
You don't have to do that.
I know. I want to. Go.
Thanks for sorting the B&B. I don't think I'll ever be able to go home after what happened to Vincent.
It's no problem.
Your mate Rob,
What about him?
he's still here.
Why?
I need his help.
I can help you.
I've met him before. He doesn't recognise me. It was a really long time ago. I was just a kid.
So what really happened with Durrant? It's clearly got to you.
He said some things about Jack, about our marriage, and his twisted idea of how it ended.
How did it end?
We were both detectives, both new in CID, and he messed up. I mean, nothing major, but enough to get him into trouble, and he asked me to lie to cover up his mistake.
You refused.
No. He was my husband. So I told the lie, and then I packed my bags and left him.
Did you love him?
Leaving him was the hardest thing I have ever done. Does that surprise you? That I've loved?
Once upon a time, maybe, but... Well, now I know you better.
Can't you just, like, give me Rob's number? He'll understand.
No.
Right, listen to me, you stupid cow.
Take a step back.
If I don't get to talk to Rob, you lot are going to have another murder to investigate.
Really?
Or ask yourself, you really want to take the risk?
जिन जानेगो ना कोई माने करिए रे या जान भी आखिर कमजोर होवे ऐ जीन जाने गो ना कोई माने करियो रे या जान भी आखिर कमजोर होवे सदो बादशाही भी कायम नहीं रहती सदो बादशाही रे कायम नहीं रहती नहीं एक दिन गोरे सदो जोरे होवे दुनिया दिन बदलती जाए अजे और ते काले कुछ और होवे दुनिया दिन बदलती जाए रे अजे और ते काले कुछ और होवे राई मौत को जाए को चखणो है राई मौत को जाए को चखणो है भावे कितनो कोई शाजोर होवे जोक मोरे मगी शोक दिल मां कद नबी गो पाक दरबार देखो जो जोक पोरे मगी शोक दिल मारे कद नबी गो पाक दरबार देखो दोस्त रबे गो खास हबीब प्यारो दोस्त रबे गो खास हबीब प्यारो अखा नाले हूँ वीरे एक बार देखो जाऊं सदके लख आजारे वारी नाले रोजागा सोना मीनार देखो जाऊं सदके लख आजारे वारी में नाले रोजागा सोना मीनार देखो अल्लाह दे तौफीक इकबाल एक बार अल्लाह दे तौफीक इकबाल एक बार जगे बंगला गारे चमकार देखो जिस वास्ते ज़मी आसमान बने हो कैसा नबी की ऊंची रे शान हुई है जिस वास्ते ज़मी आसमान बने हो कैसा नबी की ऊंची रे शान हुई है दोस्त रबे गो खास हबीब प्यारो दोस्त रबे गो खास हबीब प्यारो गल बिचे कोराल बयान हुई है रुतबो दितो खुदा ने आप जिसना ऊपर नाज़िल के ताबे कुरान हुई है रुतबो दितो खुदा ने आप जिसना ऊपर नाज़िल के ताबे कुरान हुई है इकबाल उम्मत नारे बख्शान बसते इकबाल उम्मत नारे ओ बख्शान बसते सोना नबी के हाथ को माने हुई है फे फजल करे अल्लाह पाक जे करे जा तो पहुंचो हूँ सोना दरबार आगे फे फजल करे अल्लाह पाक जे करे जा तो पहुंच रे सोना दरबार आगे जा तो पहुंच मदीना की गलियां माँ जा तो पहुंच मदीना की गलियां माँ दुख दसे तो सब सरकार आगे दस ले तोरे आले हवाले अपना कर दुख दर्द सारा आजारे आगे दो मिले जा तोरे एक बाल तिन्ना सो दो मिले जा तोरे एक बाल तिन्ना खले जा तोरे उसे बाजार आगे